Mi gente, bienvenido nuevamente a mi canal de YouTube. Si es tu primera vez aquí, te doy la bienvenida. Yo me llamo Demontre Brown. En el video de hoy yo quiero hablar acerca de algo que muchas personas me han preguntado. Demontre, ¿cómo se usa esto? ¿Cómo se utiliza esto, el otro? En el video de hoy yo lo voy a explicar para que ustedes entiendan cómo exactamente se usa esta frase. If you guys are interested in knowing how to use this phrase, as you can see by the title of the video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Suscríbete al canal de YouTube. ¿Qué tú estás esperando? Like, unlike a lot of YouTubers, they always say a lot of you guys that watch are not subscribed. For me, a lot of you guys that watch are subscribed, but there are a small percentage of you guys watch who happen to not be subscribed. You watching the videos, why not hit the subscribe button so you be notified whenever I upload a video? Oh, also, por eso tienes que darle click a la campanita para que YouTube te avise cada vez que yo subo un nuevo video a mi canal de YouTube. Okay, so now that all that's out, I'm gonna get in straight to the video and how to use this little, I don't know where to call it, a phrase or a word. Say word, how to use this word. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So a lot of people, they see this word al, they see it everywhere, they don't know what it means. Obviously when you see it in the form, that's like the A plus the L that creates al, and that's pretty understood amongst a lot of Spanish learners. When you have an example like voy al restaurante, you have that voy a, the preposition a, and then you have the el restaurante, but you can't say voy a el restaurante, so that's why you have that al restaurante. Many people that are learning Spanish, they understand that, but we're using al in a different context here, a different way. And to give you the most simplified version of how to use it, it just takes the place of cuando. That's really what it means. That's what it takes the place of the word cuando, right? So for example, I got my little notebook right here where I wrote down some examples so that I won't get off track, or that I don't have to sit up here and wait for 30 minutes to go by to come up with a sentence, right? So for example, like I said, al takes the place of cuando. So for example, you may say something like, cuando yo le dije la verdad a ella, se enojó. Cuando yo le dije la verdad a ella, se enojó. When I told her the truth, she got mad, she got angry, right? Now let's say you don't want to say that cuando le dije la verdad, whatever, right? You can move that cuando and just replace it with al, and you just have it like this. Yo al decirle la verdad se enojó. Yo al decirle la verdad se enojó. Right, so there's a difference there. When you have the cuando le dije, you have to conjugate that verb. Cuando le dije la verdad se enojó. When I told her, conjugate that deceit verb in the past tense. Cuando le dije la verdad se enojó, right? When you replace it with the al, you don't have to conjugate it. It just stays in the infinitive form. So for example, yo al decirle la verdad, right? So you have cuando le dije la verdad and yo al decirle la verdad se enojó. So that's a shorter, simplified way of it, okay? Another way would be whenever you want to say, ten cuidado cuando manejas, right? Ten cuidado cuando manejas. Be careful when you drive. Ten cuidado cuando manejas. But if you want to change that cuando and add the al and replace it, it would be ten cuidado al manejar. Not al manejas, no, because whenever you have that al, remember you have to keep the verb that follows in the infinitive form. So ten cuidado al manejar, right? So it goes from being ten cuidado cuando manejas to ten cuidado al manejar. Another example would be se va a encoger cuando la lavas. It's gonna shrink when you wash it. That may, let's say the se va a encoger cuando la lavas, that la is for la camisa, right? So se va a encoger cuando la lavas. It's gonna shrink when you wash it, the shirt, right? If you want to remove that cuando la lavas, right, and you just want to say it's gonna shrink when you wash it, you just say se va a encoger al lavar. Se va a encoger al lavar, right? When it's being washed, or when it's time to wash it, al lavar. Another one is al hablar, right? Al hablar. For example, I have here, ser respetuoso cuando hablas con ella. Be respectful when you talk to her. Ser respetuoso cuando hablas con ella, right? But let's say you don't want to say all that. Cuando hablas con ella, right? You just want to say be respectful when you talk to her using the al, right? So you would say ser respetuoso al hablar con ella. Ser respetuoso al hablar con ella. Boom, así de fácil, super easy, ¿verdad? Another one would be, cuando tú hablas, tú debes saber de lo que hablas, right? When you're talking, you need to know what you're talking about. Cuando tú hablas, tú debes saber de lo que hablas, right? But if you want to just say it without the cuando, you would just say, al hablar, tú debes saber de lo que hablas. Al hablar, tú debes saber de lo que hablas. That is so much more simpler and so much more easier to say instead of the cuando, right? right? Another one is like, for example, al saber. I have an example here. It says, me siento bien sabiendo que él entiende, right? I feel good knowing that he understands. Me siento bien sabiendo que él entiende, right? But if I want to take that whole sabiendo out, right, I would just say, me siento bien al saber que él entiende. Another one is, cuando sabes qué hacer, puedes evitar problemas, right? When you know what to do, you can avoid problems, right? Cuando sabes qué hacer, puedes evitar problemas, right? But let's just say you don't want to say cuando sabes qué hacer. You just say, al saber qué hacer, puedes evitar problemas. Al saber qué hacer, right? Al saber qué hacer. By knowing what to do, or when knowing what to do, al saber qué hacer. Tú puedes evitar problemas. Another one is al mirar, right? When looking. So if I want to say, for example, be patient when watching the movie. Be patient, okay? Be patient when watching the movie. Sé paciente cuando miras la película. Okay, cuando miras o cuando ves la película, right? When you're watching the movie, be patient, right? But if I want to say it in the al form, I would say, oye, sé paciente al mirar la película, al ver la película, right? Another one is al tocar, right? When touching something. You have to put on gloves when touching that. Tienes que ponerte los guantes cuando tocas eso, right? When touching that. But let's say you don't want to say that. You can say, oye, tienes que ponerte los guantes al tocar eso. Tienes que ponerte los guantes al tocar eso, right? When you're touching that, right? You have al llegar, right? When arriving. You have to take off your shoes when you arrive, right? You have to take off your shoes. Tienes que quitarte los zapatos cuando llegues, right? When you arrive. Tienes que quitarte los zapatos cuando llegues. But let's just say I don't want to say that. I can also say, oye, tienes que quitarte los zapatos al llegar. Tienes que quitarte los zapatos al llegar, right? When you arrive, al llegar. So that is pretty much how you would use the al form with any verb. You could possibly use it. I'm not thinking of any verbs that you can't use it with. I think you can use it with pretty much any, and it would just make it easier for you, and you can kind of sound a little bit more native as well. My job here is to help you guys to sound as native as possible and to teach you things that I don't see being taught in books or anything like that. And so that is my job. That is el objetivo de este canal. And so yeah, I hope this video was super duper uber helpful for you guys, and that you guys enjoyed it. Espero que ustedes hayan aprendido algo nuevo. If you guys did learn something new from this video, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know that the video was helpful for you. Leave a few couple examples at the bottom of the video in the comment section, if you will, so I can read it and make sure that you got it, that you're understanding. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. Give this video a like and share it with somebody else who may be learning Spanish as well. Como siempre lo digo, siempre es un placer poder compartir mis sabidurías y conocimiento con todos ustedes. I don't know, but I love it. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you guys. So thank you guys so much por apoyar, por ver los videos, por darle me gusta, por compartir, por dar comentarios. It just means so much to me, honestly and truthfully. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys in el próximo video. Ciao.